Today we have a special guest, Cristopher Fabian from OSCE Fund for Innovation. And Chris, so can you introduce yourself, tell us your little background? What are you doing here?
My name is Cristopher Fabian. I run Unicef's venture fund. You can find out a lot more about it online at unicefinnovationfund.org. But essentially what we have is a small venture capital fund that makes 50 to 100,000 US dollar investments in early stage tech companies. And we're here in Kazakhstan and in the region to find entrepreneurs, help identify companies that would be of interest to us, and then invest in them so that they can be part of the fund.
What kind of projects are you looking for exactly?
Our fund does not fund projects, but we specifically fund companies. So we're looking for companies that are in their startup phase. These would be companies that have been running for 6 months or a year, where we can try to put some money into them, but also put the creative and technical assistance around that money so that we can help them develop into a very strong and for-profit company. We invest in open source tech, so we're looking for companies that are doing work around blockchain, around virtual reality or augmented reality, around drones and UAVs, and all of these sort of near future technology opportunities.
How does exactly your fund operate? How do you find these companies? Is there like a specific procedure or timeline where you invest after like some startup weekends or hackathons? Or
It's an open application on unicefinnovationfund.org, and companies can go there and apply. That process takes about 45 minutes, but then a lot of work beforehand. We also work through incubators and accelerators like this one to try to source companies and help them get ready for the application process beforehand. We have a team of portfolio management as well, which can help companies understand the sort of target areas that we're looking at. And we regularly issue calls for specific technology areas. So as of today, we've issued a call around AR and VR, and you can find that online, where we've actually laid out some of the specific areas that we're interested in investing in. It's a fairly painless process, and we do then offer guidance during it as well as after it in how to make the company as strong and profitable as possible.
how long is your fund operating?
Our fund has been around for the last 12 months. We set it up about 18 months ago, and we did our first set of 8 investments over the last few months. We hope to make another 20 investments or so in the next 6 months, and then we will have a portfolio probably by the end of next year of about 50 companies.
Not a lot of companies that, no success stories yet.
It's a little early for that, but I think the success story is setting up a fund that can move quite quickly, work in the open source space, and make sort of environmentally smart decisions in a risky environment. So we do look at companies that are kind of high risk for a normal fund, but which fit our profile. So to me, that's the success, and having a great team behind it. And I think we'll see some stories coming out that are quite exciting in the next 6 to 12 months.
What are the conditions for the companies who enter under the fund?
The company has to be a privately registered company. It has to have a bank account and a structure and that whole system. The technology that we fund has to be open source. It doesn't mean the entire company's technology stack has to be open source, but the parts that we're funding need to be in the public domain. And the company needs to be able to make money, so we don't fund NGOs or universities or ideas. We fund groups that we think are going to be able to create a business and grow that business over time.
So you've been in Almaty previously for a couple of days. Have you met any interesting companies from Almaty?
Yeah, we were in Almaty for 20 long hours. It was not nearly enough to see the city or to see all of the companies there. But we did start with sort of initial connections and contacts with both companies, accelerators, and universities. And I think it's a little early to talk about everybody we met with, but definitely it's an interesting set of opportunities. Unicef has a small innovation lab in Almaty, and that's a way for groups to follow up as well. And our office here in Astana can be providing kind of information about what we saw and how we're going to be moving forward.
So we'll link the information about the fund in the description, and all of you are welcome to apply and find out more about the fund by the link. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you very much. And just over the next few months, the AR/VR call for proposals is out now. You'll see a call around blockchain and distributed ledger technology coming out in a few months, and there'll be a successive set of calls on these new technology areas after that. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.